Another big debate raging just ahead of phase 2 polling, and mind you, Karnataka is polling in that phase 2. There is, of course, a row where the Prime Minister has highlighted both the Andhra Pradesh model and the Karnataka model, but has the statement come back to bite the BJP? G.S. Prasant, spokesperson of Karnataka BJP, is joining me. Mr. Prasant, as the Chief Minister has pointed out, this Muslim quota you're talking about in Karnataka is not really something that the Congress government did. It was the Janata Dal government. Today, H.D. Devagowda is your alliance partner.
Shivani, firstly, Congress is on record wherein Veerat Moily says he was the one who got the initial groundwork done for that and subsequently it is implemented. Nevertheless, forget who's done it now. Basuraj Bommai led BJP government scrapped the quota which was unconstitutional.
No, they didn't. They didn't go through with it.
No, Shivani, we removed it, and even to give a history of why this is wrong on all counts. Because you cannot categorize the entire religion or community as backward because...
No, I'm not contending your arguments against it. I debated it ahead of the Karnataka state elections. Yes, I remember this very clearly. But you didn't go through with it. You couldn't go through with it.
No, Shivani, whether we went through or not, the intention is to remove something which is unconstitutional, wherein Constitution does not allow reservation based on religion. It is only for backward caste. And even in Muslims, we have Pinjara, Nadaf, Ladaf, Kasab, Kasai, Otari, Nalaband, Bajigar, Johari, Fulmali, Chapparwad, Darveshi. These 20 more castes are getting the reservation in category 1 and 2A in Karnataka, which means the really backward Muslims are getting the reservation. What this Congress government today has done for appeasement politics, bringing out the entire Muslim community.
No, they have not done it. That's the point I'm making, Mr. Prashant. They have not done it. It existed in the state. You wanted to do away with it. Fair enough. I get that point, but they have not brought it.
What they're trying to do, they're wanting to paint the entire Muslims as OBC. Firstly, the Constitution does not allow the community-based reservation.
But why don't you ask your current alliance partner, H.D. Devagowda, about why he did it?
No, Shivani ji, one thing, if he has done something in the past and it's continued, one thing you have to understand, just because somebody was unconsciously wrong previously does not mean we should be consciously wrong today. The moment you realized it, we have come back to remove it.
So government of the past did not realize the implications of what they were doing. Only government of the day should realialize. That's very convenient. I'm sorry. You should hold both those parties accountable.
Shivani, it is not about convenience. It is about conviction. In Bharatiya Janata Party, we have always stood for what we believed in. Right from our manifesto in 1952 in Jansangh for abrogation of Article 370 to having Ram Mandir. We had it consecutively from 1952 onwards. From Jansangh to Janata Parivar to BJP, and we achieved it.
I want to go across.
Anything which is unconstitutional, we will not let it pass.
I want to go across to Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, backs the Congress party and the government, and R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist, also joining us. Syed Asad Abbas, the larger question is that it is wrong, and it's almost pulling wool in the eyes of the people. This whole practice of putting entire minority community under the purview of reservations. Sure, you can have some categories of minorities too, but not all of them. And that very idea is the problem. And as long as it exists, whether it is under Congress governments or other governments, for example, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, in Andhra, in Telangana, there is a problem.
Couple of points, Shivani. The National Commission of Backward Classes has indeed summoned the Chief Secretary of the Karnataka Congress government, has summoned him to discuss on the same matter. Also, as a matter of fact, let me bring to my good friend Prashant, who's the BJP spokesperson, notice. Their alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party and Janata Dal Secular Party reeks of hypocrisy. It was the same man who signed off on this, and he said that according to the Sachar Commission report, the Muslims deserve it because they are the most backward class. Words of H.D. Devagowda, that they are behind. Sir, allow me to complete.
And the Kerala Committee 1953 did not allocate it.
Can I please make my point?
No, Syed, I'm pointing out the mistakes what is committing on live.
This is not fair, sir. This is not fair. Shivani ji, can I?
Yeah, continue, Abbas.
Prashant ji, please don't be rattled when I expose you with truth.
Allow me to make my point, sir. I will give you the Kerala Commission's report date and also the Mandal Commission report in 1982, which does not support your view.
I need to give my points.
Abbas, let him make his opening point, then Prashant, I'll come back to you.
Yes, okay.
Thank you. This shows the duplicity and hypocrisy. The same man, H.D. Devegowda, who stated that it was indeed the Muslims who deserve to be brought into the spectrum.
Okay, so
because
he
they're
was
the
wrong
most
too.
backward
My
class.
question is about this whole premise. Is this not for votes? Is this not naked communalism?
Absolutely not, Shivaniji, and I'll tell you why. The fact of the matter, when the NCBC made the statement, they also acknowledged the fact that Muslims have been historically marginalized.
How?
NCBC is saying this. They
How?
noted. NCBC, as per the Rajendra Sachar Commission report.
No, you tell me, no. How has the Muslim
Of
community
course I'm
been
telling you.
historically marginalized?
Of course,
How
I'm
in
telling
states
you.
like Karnataka?
Allow me. I'm not only saying that. Kindly read the NCBC's notified that Muslims are underprivileged and historically marginalized. Kindly read NCBC's. I'm quoting you Indian Express. I'm quoting
The
you Hindustan Times.
NCBC
I'm
is
quoting Hindu.
challenging these reservations on the very basis that an entire class of people,
Absolutely.
an entire religion of people cannot be put under a reservation class. This is something the Supreme Court has said in the past. When Andhra Pradesh brought this model of wanting a 4% quota for the Muslims, 5% at one time, the High Court in Andhra Pradesh struck it down because one, they didn't refer to the manual for the OBCs, and secondly, they did not create the concept of a creamy layer. You cannot have an entire community under a reservation.
Also, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, the same Basuraj Bommai government who brought down the reservation from 4% to 2%, when it was challenged by the Congress government, they said if you find it unconstitutional, kindly go to the Karnataka High Court or the Supreme Court of India. These are the words of Basuraj Bommai. So the same way, since the NCBC has summoned the Chief Secretary of the Karnataka government under Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shiv Kumar, they have stated the same thing. If this is found to be unconstitutional, let the Supreme Court of India indeed decide.
Fair
whether this
enough.
could
My
be done or
question
not.
to you was a larger question. Do you think the entire Muslim community should get reservations? Like in states like Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka?
I will certainly stand by the word that with respect to the entire Muslims coming into the OBC front, let me tell you of mine personally and my family. I come under the general category, be it my education or my job. That is the point I'd like to state here, which is a fair enough point. But indeed, there are Muslims who are way behind even the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe who indeed deserve, as per the Rajendra
fair
Sachar
enough.
Commission.
If there are certain castes that have been identified as extremely backward, fair enough. Like I said, that has existed in all states. But you cannot have blanket reservations.